Okay. Yeah, I was right. Everyone's in the wrong spots. That's okay. I'll rearrange them. I'll rearrange them while I'm talking.
Who are we? Who am I?
Emily.
Can't I be? I want to be Luke today.
You are Luke today. Well done. Emily is Cherry.
Oh, cool.
Luke is Bridget, and Bridget is Emily.
I've always wanted to be Owler. I'm just so touched that Cherry wanted to be me. That's really flattering.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to In Which We Live and Breathe. I am your GM and host, Ash, and I use she, her pronouns. And it's been a little while, and I'm so excited to get back into it, especially because we've got an updated rule set. It's gonna be real good. But what we should do first is get all of our queer cyberpunks to introduce themselves, and then we can get all up in the business of working out where the fuck we are and things. So I will get everyone to do their introduction, who they are and what are their pronouns and who's their character, because we haven't seen them for a while. Starting with Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am a filmmaker and an artist. My pronouns are she, her, hers. My character is Kamar, but better known as Owler. Owler is like pretty big and strong. She wears a lot of collared shirts and waistcoats and leather jackets. She has olive skin and bleached blonde hair, and like kind of iridescent eyes. And she's always warm because she has this like engineered quality wherein her sweat is sedative, and if her sweat gets on your skin, you get real tired, and you want to have a nap. Other than that, she's just big and queer.
Sorry, I muted myself. Big queer is a good time. Luke, how you doing?
Hello, I am Luke. I am well. I think I actually did it. I think I found it. The search string "Lady Sharp Suit Black" ended up being something.
Your search for like the perfect picture of your character.
I think, except there are heels in this picture, which like very much not a.
Yeah, we'll just crop the picture to the shins.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm
gonna get on that. But yes, I'm Luke. I am a game designer, and I do other stuff on the internet, I guess. My character is Val, and she is a lady. She wears a very, very good, very nicely tailored, sharp charcoal gray suit, and she can rot things that she touches, and also is very good at fighting.
Nice, awesome. It's Cherry. Hi, Cherry.
Sorry, I forgot where the mute button was. Luke, your character has my hair. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's good hair.
I'm Cherry. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing a character called Shard, and we didn't know where Shard came from, although we're starting to get clues. I'm going to read out Shard's look. I'm not going to read out the whole bio. I did that once upon a time. Don't need to do that again. So here's his look, or their look. I guess their pronouns probably shift around, like mine, because sometimes we play ourselves in role-playing games.
I mean, like playing yourself in a role-playing game is like the default like first thing.
Yeah,
it's a very traditional place to start.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, so bioengineered skin sac, iridescent color shifting skin with a slate gray undertone that shifts with mood and light. Straight fucked up body proportions with overly long arms and thighs. Prosthetic lower legs that are strong and silent but malfunctioning in their interface, so must use a drift chair most of the time. They have a softly triangular face with deep pooling eyes and a sad smile. One thick patch of rusty copper blue hair that... I'm playing myself, aren't I?
You are. That's legit. That's what we do. What we do is we play ourselves, and then we play like different aspects of ourselves, really.
Oh dear. See, I'm going through what everyone else went through when they started playing tabletop as a teenager in my mid-30s, so that's my excuse.
That's fine.
Yeah, I was 10. No one remembers that.
The head lacks follicles on one side. They another engineering fuck up or genetic lottery loss, who knows. They have teeth implants that can shape on command. And they keep one upper tusk at all times because why not?
Awesome.
And Shard loses a lot, but tries real hard.
Yeah, awesome. And finally, we've got Bridget. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bridget. I'm a game designer. I do GM stuff over at Role Playing Public Radio. And I'm going to be playing Sleepy. And for you Shadowrun fans, Sleepy is if net cat were 50% more net and 50% more cat. I think in this iteration, she's less specifically about like hacker, like purely digital realm stuff, and I'm trying to move her more towards just getting her crispy graspers on machine parts and like making them into useful things for the group. So for those of you who have been around for a while, you may remember that we had a really cool magic finding haunted antenna in the basement of our bar. That Sleepy totally built that. Maybe worked on the truck, I don't know, but that's the kind of thing she does is take tech and repurpose it for use for the community.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So last time we were in a bit of a spot, and it's been a while. So what I wanted to do was rather than Luke, I'll fix it in a second. Give me a second. It's because of the way that the images are hosted through Roll20.
All good. I've uploaded it to the character pagey bit. So.
Yeah, cool. So we got ourselves into a bit of a spot, and I wanted to, and I was like, that was very like high tension, and I feel like given that it's been a while, I don't want to like jump straight back into the high tension action moment because I feel like that there's been too long in play. So what I've done instead is, if you have a look under the general tab, you'll notice that there are 4 letters there for each of us to read in turn to give us a kind of. So does someone want to tell me like where we'd got to, and then we can go to our reading our love letters?
Yeah, I'm happy to do a recap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we had decided that we were going to go to the kind of the opera, but it's not really the opera. It was because I don't remember what they call it. It's an event organized by NetFox.
The Blood Opera. That's not what it's called.
It was
like the arena or something.
It's it's like live adventure theater.
Oh, live adventure theater. That's right. And we had some suspicions that there's some very unethical stuff going on with like basically people's like souls being used in this like live theater experience, or like homunculus versions of people or something that is non-consensual and bad. And so we decided we were going to infiltrate, and we like completely nailed our preparation to like disguise ourselves and get fake tickets and documentation and stuff. So we managed to get in there without any problems. Saw a bunch of very concerning stuff on the stage, which like wouldn't necessarily be concerning if you didn't have a suspicion that they were like real people who were really upset and really in pain. So we became distressed by what we saw. We had some like intense debate about what we were going to do about it. And then we were kind of interrupted in the middle of our debate by the appearance of Murdoch, a nemesis of many of us, some from a long time ago and some more recently. And I think basically, we left off on like a very tense exchange wherein Murdoch seemed to be suspicious of us. We were obviously very suspicious of Murdoch, and some violence was potentially about to be done. And we were all kind of locked in this.
Yeah, I think the like
It's very
the
cliffhanger.
black and white still that we have of the last moment of the last one is of Val grabbing Murdoch, just out of the blue, just being like, "Ugh." Which means that Val, I think, gets to read the first love letter.
Yay! I love love letters. They're always good. Cool. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So, you had him right there, Val. You had Murdoch at your mercy. And then you heard the shot and saw the red spray from Owler, and you made your choice. The important question is, were you quick enough to stop the double tap? Resist with soul.
Let's see.
Let's see. So
you should be able to click on the word soul, and it should do your soul resistance.
Should. Do we need any bonus dice? Nope.
Oh,
I'm the best.
you're amazing.
On a 6, bullets break like anything else.
Nice. Cool. Great.
Yep.
No one gets seriously injured in the meantime, or more injured
Thanks,
than they were.
Val.
Yeah.
This is better than I thought this was going to go.
Yeah, right?
Who's on number 2? Sleepy.
There's little that wakes you up like gunshots. You can read a room, and you can read a SecEvac system. Thank fuck someone knew where to be and how to get there and out. And it says roll sway with digital work. So do I click on sway?
You click on sway, and then you get to add the number of add bonus dice for the number of dots in digital work.
Okay.
Yeah, I was assuming that you'd be good at that one. Awesome. What does that do?
It says you're untouchable. Home clean with everyone and everything intact.
Awesome. This is going surprisingly well.
This is going very well. Dear.
Touch wood. Touch wood.
Who's number 3? Shard. You got a letter there.
That is me. Thanks. I was just getting distracted because I realized I thought Val had my hair, but actually Sleepy has my hair.
Oh yeah, Sleepy has your hair.
I got confused about whose image was whose. Okay. You've never seen Sleepy move so fast, but you've also never seen so much blood on Owler. Lucky your drift chair is certified for up to a ton. There wasn't much time for thinking on the way out, but there was time for spotting. Roll study on a 6+. Okay, let's find out. Roll study. Don't think I have anything in study. This is scary.
All right. Do you think that you could add bonus dice from one of your things? Do you think that there was a way that you might have been studying with digital work or a capability or something?
Let's see.
Do you have a digital sphere that might help you? Otherwise, you're still rolling, and you still have a chance of succeeding. It's just grimmer when you have no dice.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I didn't tell you to open the letters before you chose your dots.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have sensors, so maybe I could have been hacked into a security feed.
That sounds like that sounds like you could probably add your digital work dots. So, yeah. So bonus dice equal to number of dots in digital work.
Oops, I can't count.
Holy shit! Yo!
I'm totally gonna fuck it up. I'm totally gonna just roll like the lowest.
Positive self-talk, Emily. Positive self-talk.
I don't know. It would be kind of great though if it was like yes, 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 no.
So what's the 6+
So
for yours?
It says you saw them, you saw that fucking hallway, and you know how to get back there.
Ooh,
Phew.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's
Alright.
really good.
And then the last one is letter for Aula.
Okay.
Letter for Aula.
Letter for
Ghost,
Aula.
ghost. You're dead.
Ghosty ghost, you're dead. Oh, that'd be great. Everyone else is just like nailed it. It's like, oh yeah, but you have died though. Just
Yeah, you're a ghost now. Let's roll and see how that's going for you.
okay. No. They shot you. They fucking shot you. You all had nice suits and tickets, and they fucking shot you. You remember coming back at home, and you're gonna make sure it doesn't happen again. Roll build or tinker. Okay, I will roll build because I do not have anything in tinker. So, okay, you're gonna have to remind me, Ash. Is this a case of I click on
Click
build
on the word
specific?
build. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Told you. I told you. Amazing. This is the best. On a 3-, fuck everything. Take a strain.
Gosh, dang it.
Yep. Fantastic.
I'll add a strain for you.
Like, a strain isn't too bad. It could've
You
been
had the
much worse.
softest one because it was like because
It
it
still
was
got
like,
shot.
because there was a risk that if Luke had fucked up, you would have taken you would have been the one that took a hard limit.
Wow.
There was a risk there that you would have been punished by both of them. So I was like,
I would never let down my bestest BFF in the world.
No.
yeah.
True.
So I think we come back to the bar. I think Poppy is there doing an inspection, wherein like she just wanders around being semi-transparent and slightly glowy, and being and telling you stories about like her latest tour, and being like, and then the green room didn't even have air conditioning. It was ridiculous. And I know that they say that Mali has come a long way, but really it's still a third world country, and all of these sorts of
Had to make a complaint and everything.
yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, I think her like assistant is actually being like making notes of like flowers growing out of beer tap, right? Like, you know, taking all of these notes. Where do we see all of y'all? What's the haps, Franz? Because in a minute we're gonna have to go through a little bit of like stuff that we would normally do during crew creation, but we haven't done because the rules have updated since then. So
I'm really I'm wondering like what the narrative explanation is for the result that I got from my letter, because like everyone else like nailed theirs, so we actually got out of that situation like as best as we possibly could have. You know, everyone is safe. I haven't taken any like major permanent damage. We don't have any like major sort of like disagreements. We know like Shard noticed the information we needed, and like yeah. So I'm curious about like why fuck everything.
yeah, well, I mean, like the assumption is if you check the others, right? Like the assumption is that you're trying to build something or come up with a way to make sure it doesn't happen again. Right? Build yourself some defenses, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's your inability to do that gives you the strain.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm wondering if it's just you're like too traumatized, right? Like,
Maybe part of it is that like we were like right there in the room with Murdoch, and like everything was going our way, and we could have done something, but then like when you got shot, we all just kind of panicked, and so like maybe Aula's like blaming herself for that.
Yeah, that would make sense because like
You hadn't gotten shot so badly. Everything would have been fine.
well, like also I think Aula sees her kind of role as like keeping things organized and keeping people safe. And so like yeah, the fact that her getting shot was like the thing that put everything into chaos and made danger, I think, yeah, is probably very upsetting. And I think also just like I think she like when she got shot, she kind of like just went into shock and was like useless. And you know, as we heard, like only managed to get home because Shard like put her on their drift chair.
And Sleepy was a fucking like gun at the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. So like after being shot, she was just kind of like useless, like a big heavy burden. And that's not how she sees herself. So yeah, I think that's it. I think she's totally just she's gone into like a big distressed mope. And yeah, like is hiding out somewhere, feeling sorry for herself, I think.
I have a thing I would like to start on.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I acquired the mechanics to do it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool because this like pen pushing, timid little bureaucrat type person is, clucking and making all these. Sorry. Did all these disapproving type noises about the flowers growing out, all that shit.
Her name is Cora Collins.
Yep. And so I think what Val is doing, like perhaps slightly more cautiously than normal, right? Like, because the normal approach would just be cool, we'll do the whole building. But Val is just like having a nap and actually in the ethereal, just like moving around the building and like touching all the plants with her gloved hand and just petrifying them back into like stone and like steel and the things a building is meant to be made of.
Yeah, sure. Does that feel like it's Tinker or Wreck to you?
I feel like it's Tinker.
Yeah,
like,
same.
It's about changing them. It's not about destroying.
Yeah, exactly. That feels right to me.
My question is,
yes.
Given that kobolds are earth spirits,
yes,
is it possible that my kobold boyfriend could be helping me?
Yes. Yes, 100%. He counts as a contact that's helping, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, like my kobold boyfriend is also there with me, and we're just like hanging out. And I think I'm letting him like...
So have you taught him to drop into the ethereal?
I think so, yeah.
Right, cool.
Or alternate... Actually, no, there's a cooler scene here, which is like, I'm unconscious, and he's like sitting next to me, like, I don't know, like playing on a Game Boy or something. But like, I'm also like murmuring this sotto voce, like, description of the ethereal space of the room. And every so often I'm like, okay, what should a bar tap be made of? And he like leans in and he's like, okay, you want an alloy of this, that, and this thing.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Well, the percentages are right. And he's like lending his like metallurgic expertise.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
What things are meant to be made of. Because I'm just like, I don't know, like bar taps are made of metal, I guess?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, these specific metals.
Yeah, like, but like, let's be a little more specific there. You need this kind of concrete. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, except I love that, like, we're like, let's be a little more specific, whereas he's like, no, is made of zinc and copper alloys, right? Like...
Yep, so I'm gonna roll Tinker. I get +1 because of my mystical work, and then I get +1 because of my good boyfriend.
Yeah, nice, awesome.
Yeah, let's see what happens. It goes okay.
It goes okay. All right, cool. I think that's gonna. I think the. Let me have a look at that. So, what complication do I want to throw on there?
Did they notice that we're doing repairs?
Yeah, I think they noticed that you're like cleaning up the room before them, and like there's like a tut from Cora, right? But I don't think it's like you. If it were really bad, you couldn't be doing repairs, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's that thing of like, yeah, well, at least it's not completely irreparable.
It's that, like, you should have done this, right? It's that thing where, like, during a house inspection, like, the landlord spots some minor thing, and, like, as they make the noise about it, you're like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, I should have thought of that. Like, let me fix that. And they're just looking at you like, but you should have fixed it before I got here.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Nice. Let me have a look at the character sheet for Clique, because...
Clique.
Yeah, right. We need to put our... Why are they not there? That's weird.
Oh my god, Ash.
Yes.
Name for the game. Cyber Commune.
I like it.
Is it not the commune like pun? Double meaning? Yeah.
mhm.
What I'm
I
doing there?
like it. I like it. So yeah. Cool. Now the kobolds, are they contacts?
Yeah, there are barkeeps.
Yeah. In which case, if we're assuming that the hideout is the bar itself and that there are some extra rooms attached,
Cool.
please draw into one of the things connected to the hideout on the map with your drawing tools, the kobolds.
Okay. Can I draw the kobolds, everyone?
Sure.
Because
Alright,
we've got
let's-
a drawing on map of all of our contacts and things. So
Let's see what this looks like.
yeah, which room are they in? Or are they in 5 or 8 or 9?
I think they are in 5 because there's 5 of them.
Yep, okay. Sounds good.
Seems as good a way to decide as any.
Are the kobolds? The kobolds are like, what's his name and crew, aren't they? I'm trying to remember his name because it's my notes are.
I also remember we had this exact conversation last time.
Yeah. Yep. The problem is that I stored them in the notes and then I think I changed the sheet and so now it's not showing the notes for me, which is really
Like
helpful.
Brendan? I feel like it had a B in it.
Yeah, I'll find it. Give me a minute. I'll find it. Easy enough. But yes, they are a contact as a group. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So, Earth spirits, and this is in space 5. Earth spirits, barkeeps. Cool. Excellent. Great. What are some of what do we see of the others? Like what? I'm interested to know what Aula is up to, given that she's had a rough time.
I think Aula is in her room, and the door is closed, and the door is locked, and she is lying stretched out on her bed, but like on top of the covers, but they're all like rumpled. And she's wearing like a t-shirt and like track pants that like look, like they've been worn a couple of days. And her hair is all like wild. And she's lying on her side, holding the little viewer, the like dream viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, it's got it playing, and it's like this, just like a montage of like all of the dreams nearby. And she like is kind of like dozing in and out of sleep. And like kind of, her eyes will droop and she'll like fall asleep, and then she'll like wake up with like a start and like a noise of like pain, and then kind of like blink and like refocus on the viewer, and just like keep doing that. And she's obviously like trying to like rest her body, but like she's just really scared to have dreams, so she's trying to like blot them out with like other people's dreams instead. And it seems to be only kind of partly working.
Yeah, cool. I think there's a knock on the door, right? It's like, and we hear. I think outside we hear Poppy being like, and backup dancers, like real ones, not robots. They're really expensive. And like Cora, we hear Cora being like, "Excuse me, Ms. Al, we need to inspect this room."
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, she like kind of like screws up her face and like puts her face into the pillow for a second, and then kind of like takes a really deep breath and sits up, sort of lurches out of bed, and she's like, Yep. Can you give me like 5?
Of course, we'll be back in a second.
Thanks.
Yep.
And yeah, she like sighs and puts the like slips the dream viewer like under her pillow and sort of roughly remakes the bed. And like scans the room, kicks a few like dirty clothes and things like under the bed. But like her room is pretty like empty. Like we've seen previously, her room doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, so it's like it's probably dusty, but it's not necessarily otherwise particularly messy. Yeah, so she just sort of like kicks some stuff out of sight and like throws on a actually no, I think she throws on like a collared shirt. But she's still got the track pants underneath.
Yeah, collared shirt and track pants. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then like after a few minutes,
and unlocks the door.
I think Poppy comes back and is like looks at you and is like, "You're having a hard time."
Yeah. She like shrugs and she says, "Got shot."
She's like, "No, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that you blame yourself for it."
What are you, my psychologist?
She's like, "No, I just write songs." And she's like, "You should listen to this one," and like hands you a data like a data disc.
Yeah, I take it from her, and I like say like, "Okay, thanks," and I put it in my pocket.
And like she's like, "Wow, your room is like really like sparse and like Spartan. That's cool." She's like, "I should like try that out." She says, and puts some hair behind her ear with like beads and like light and like a light up phone charm like tied into her hair, and she like puts like swoops that behind her ear, and the like bangles on her arm like jingle with like bell sounds, and she's like, "Yeah, I could be minimalist."
Yeah, I think I kind of like I do smile at that because like that's very not true.
No. She's a couple of levels of extra beyond minimalist could ever be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cora like goes through, does like a perfunctory thing, and is like, is this light switch dodgy? We'll have to have that fixed. And then and moves on. Where do Poppy and Cora find Shard?
This is a tough one. So we're doing downtime right now, right?
Yeah, we're back into downtime. Yeah.
So I have an idea of what I want Shard to be doing, but I need to check with Owler and get consent.
Sure. Yeah.
So I kind of like the idea that so Shard is like really terrible socially, but really wants their friends to recover when they can. So like Shard doesn't ever want to, I don't think ever want to confront anything head on. Like I would personally just confront it head on, but I feel like Shard would maybe try and fix Owler's mood. I'm going to say mood because I feel like that's the best descriptor. Indirectly by maybe creating some kind of digital homunculi to provide whatever that Owler might need, whether that's company or someone to talk to or something like that. And so I wanted to check with you, Emily, first before I just go ahead and be like, yes, Shard's doing this.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's a really cool thing. I like that idea.
Okay, yep. Cool.
This is really funny because where I thought that was going was, and I'm going to create some kind of problem that Owler can fix, and then Owler will have self-esteem again.
That would have been smarter, maybe.
I don't think Shard has like enough social perception to kind of pick up on that.
No, and also my personal brain just isn't that manipulative, so I never think in those terms.
Yeah,
just never occurs to me. But it's very smart. So Shard is busy in their room kind of hacking away on a project. And obviously, because Shard is in the digital, the spine buzz is
Yeah.
echoing throughout the.
It's not. Doesn't make your teeth
hideout.
grind at all.
Ah,
No,
yes,
like-
the spine buzz.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
So everyone knows what Shard's up. Well, not exactly what Shard's up to, but that Shard's up to something. And so I think the Shard is just busy in the digital, kind of like coding these homunculi into being and like casting them aside because like none of them's good enough. So like they're trying to come up with like some kind of digital presence that isn't offensive, that isn't like ugly, that isn't. But obviously everyone has a different idea of these things. So Shard's just kind of frantically coming up with different things and then like throwing them away. But I think that Shard, given that Shard is a kind of black hole in the digital, Shard ends up after going through like swipe after swipe after swipe, like kind of like hacking, because I feel like there's some kind of like visual representation in the digital when someone is doing something, but given that Shard's a black hole, who knows what that is? Maybe just there's light being sucked in. So like light will get sucked in, a new homunculi will appear, and like swipes aside with a little wispy arm, and settles on a nebula, I think, with lots of pinks and purples and things happening in the nebula. And that's I think that's what Shard decides to take to Owler and present it in Shard's own way. So I guess I will probably have to roll digital work or something.
I mean, yeah. The question here, I think, there's a certain question to Owler as well. Is this about like, because in order to clear strain, you need to spend quality time with crewmates, right? Like, you need to be in personal contact with them.
So so we need to go through perhaps not just the creation of the homunculi, but the interaction when
because then it's the interaction that maybe really like counts. It like showing Owler like, here's the thing I've made, here's how you can interact with it, here's what it's for. Almost like playing a video game or something together, you know.
And I think like this is the first, like Owler is out of her room and like the door is open for like the first time in a couple of days, right? Like
okay, so I think what happens is Shard like kind of like trundles down the hallway really fast because they're very excited that they finally came up with something. After they come back, obviously, all the buzz is finally gone and everyone can relax. And Shard like kind of like ends up in the room, like just like goes in without thinking because they're in their own little like world, sees that it's not Owler and is just like, oh god, and then like backs out like just like into the hallway, and then just kind of yells for Owler. There's like
I think like Owler like sticks her head out of like an adjoining room that's like a bathroom. Maybe we said that, I think previously we said there was like a bathroom that Owler and Val share between their rooms or something. Yeah. So I think she just like sticks her head out of this bathroom in the hallway and she's like brushing her teeth and she's like,
And so I guess in order to present this in the physical world, I need to have packaged up the homunculi somehow in some kind of viewer. Because I don't think Owler necessarily has a digital presence.
Is it something that could be used with my dream viewer?
Yeah, I think maybe.
The dream viewer could be like switched to like a digital channel.
Cool. So it could be.
So like you could plug a thing into the dream viewer to make it show this thing instead of dreams.
Yeah, so like a little drive or something. Okay, cool. So Shard just kind of like holds their hand out, and it's like in a little box.
Yeah, I like hold the toothbrush with my teeth and kind of like wipe my hands on my shirt and like take it from you. and I'm like, Or
It's a thing. It's a thing. I think you'll like. I hope you'll like it. I want to help, and I think this might do it. It's a new friend. Hopefully, maybe, or whatever you need it to be, but hopefully a friend.
I'll play a friend. She's doing all of this with the toothbrush inside of him, by the way, which I love. I think that makes the scene like particularly like yeah. But yeah, she's like I've got plenty of friends, but like, and then like she sort of catches herself and she's like, but okay, but no, do you want to show me how it works?
Yeah. Maybe you just need a friend that's not connected. That's just a silo friend. And like is like mumbling about this as they kind of plug it into the dream viewer.
Yeah, Aula looks like perplexed while like watching them do this, because she's like wondering how this is gonna work with the device. Like she knows nothing about the digital at all, so she's just sort of like, it's like if you take your like elderly relative's phone to do something with it, and they have that look where they're just like watching you, kind of like, I need to remember this, but also I have no idea what you're doing.
It's that Ash starts saying computer words at me.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see her sort of like looking like a little concerned and like surprised, and just watching what Shard is doing with it.
So I think the nebula comes up on the screen, and it doesn't have a voice or anything, but it does come up instantly with like multiple choice, and it says, "Would you like the nebula? Would you like the nebula to be communicable? Yes, no." Like there's two options, yes or no. And Shard like starts mumbling about how doesn't have to talk to you, but maybe you want it to talk to you. I don't know if you want to like have a conversation or whatever you want to do with it, but this is the first step. To you decide.
Oh, okay. And so yeah, I'll like take the device from Shard, and like press the yes button.
Cool. And then there's like another pop-up that says, "Would you like to play a game?"
And I think like, yeah, I think Aula like kind of, like sort of gets like a slightly kind of like wry smile, and she like, I think she clicks yes, and then like regardless of like whatever comes up on the screen next, she kind of like starts talking to Shard, but like looking at the screen, and it's like, why did you this must have taken a lot of time. Why did you make this for me?
I think just sometimes maybe escapes are good. This game though, this isn't the whole thing. This is just an icebreaker. It's just to make you comfortable with each other.
Okay. And yeah, like you can see, like she's just completely confused about like, why am I being given a thing? This doesn't make sense. I fucked up. And yeah, but I think like she just doesn't have the I think like we sort of see, we very clearly kind of see this confusion on her face. And she like looks, or like kind of steals a look over at Shard, who I imagine is maybe like looking at the device, and like, she has this moment of like looking at Shard and seeing that Shard is like really excited to share this thing, and she just doesn't want to ruin it by talking about like difficult feelings, so she just kind of like, takes a breath and is like, okay, I don't really play video games, so can you show me like what I need to do? And I think that's like, I like the idea that there's like just sort of a montage or something.
Yeah, and then Shard just explains that it's just going to be hide and seek. It's really easy. And then I think probably maybe we can do a a time skip to having gone through like all the icebreaker thing. Like basically that what would have happened is that there would have been a little game of hide and seek. The homunculi has like a very basic AI that learns what kind of person Owler is. To a small degree, because obviously you can only do so much in a short amount of time. But the idea is that this nebula will grow and change with Owler throughout time. Like it's a gift for not just for now, but like whenever Owler might need it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So yeah, like I think I like the idea that there's like that little initial montage of like the two of them playing the kind of icebreaker game, and then like Owler sort of gets a sense of what the nebula is like for and how it works. And I think she really she gets really into it. And like really sort of fascinated by talking to this thing because like the digital is this completely unknown thing to her. So even though she can do actual literal magic, this seems more like magic. Because is just like, how have you done this, and how have you turned this device that I always use for a totally other thing into this thing? So I think she's just like, she kind of loses track of her own grumps and gets caught up in
I like that because I like the idea that Shah didn't believe in magic until like a week ago, and but like this is like totally normal everyday stuff for Shah.
And I think you can totally see that on Owler's face. Like it's very clear that Owler thinks you've done some kind of amazing magic, like to create this thing. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
That's great.
Sleepy, I think the next door that gets knocked on is yours. I assume that you're napping at the time.
I have a question, just quickly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That should have you'll need to clear a D6 of strain.
Cool. A D6, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm very proud of my kobold picture.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Came out all right.
Yeah, I'm just drawing because I like
one.
Okay, I mean that clears the strain. That clears the strain that you gained.
Cool. Okay, where do I see that? Is that on the main?
There's a red. So on the you can look on the Clique character sheet that everyone has access to.
Okay.
But also the Clique on the main page has a bar which is red, which is your strain, so it's less full now.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Where? Sorry. It's yes. Gotcha. Cool.
Yep. So I reduced
Got
the
it.
red bar by 1. So yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
But yeah. Sleepy. There's a knock, and then a Ms. Sleep.
So Sleepy's not actually in her room.
Yeah, right. So like they're knocking on the door and the room door, and they're just assuming that you're in there and you're off somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. So there's like a really loud noise from outside, because she's like messing with some heavy duty equipment. Like, so we've got this kind of like junkyard sort of looking thing behind the bar, and there's like a like one of those like really old like camper kind of things that like she's been like adding to like make a place for the kobolds to be. Like, because we kind of dropped a building through the sewers into their house. So this is kind of the replacement for that, since they're like living with us now.
Yeah. So you're working on that? Yeah, that sounds like you're working on a long-term project. So name your end goal, and then what action do you think that is? Sounds like build to me.
Yeah, it's definitely build. So she's like taking this stuff that we already have out there and like making it into like a useful long-term residence. So like that when it's cold, they won't be cold, and when it's hot, they can. I guess kind of kobolds probably okay with it being kind of warm.
I'm not sure what kobolds are into.
That's something we'd have to ask the kobolds.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think build. Do you just want me to roll build?
Yep, roll build, and we'll see how much progress you make on it.
Okay.
Is it 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock the default for Blade's long-term projects? Do you know, Luke?
The default 6.
Yeah. 6. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So that'll get you two ticks towards like having a place for the kobolds to live.
Excellent.
So I will just quickly. I'll put a clock in there for you.
Kobold slumber party. Woo!
Kobold slumber party. I'm about it. Awesome. I mean, you'll have some more. Like, yeah, we have extra downtime actions if we want to do any of them. I think
Yeah, I
everyone's.
haven't actually.
You haven't done it. You haven't done a downtime action.
I think after this time that I have spent with Shard, you know, I think that kind of like, and also just being like forced out of bed by the like inspection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she feels like a little bit more aware of herself and like the fact that she's really not been doing anything useful.
I like the idea. I like the fact that like she's like, oh, I haven't been doing anything. I should brush my teeth.
Yeah, right. Well, I think it's partly because like she had that exchange with like Poppy as soon as she woke up, and like the history with that NPC is that like Poppy used to have a thing for Owler.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case anymore, but like I think Owler like sort of became suddenly aware of like, oh, I'm usually this really like this person usually finds me, you know, very nice, and here I am looking like just really gross, and I probably have like terrible breath. And
like, yeah, the first thing that she said to you was like, "Hey, you look really rough."
Yeah, you look really rough, exactly. So I think she's just feeling really self-conscious about everything, and yeah, like it was like, oh god, I am a mess. Oh heck. So yeah, she's like, I think after this sort of time with Shard. She's going to go downstairs and seek out Val, and maybe like Val has been doing the repair stuff, or is still doing the repair stuff. I don't know.
I think you've probably managed to like cover all the major things that you wanted to, Val.
Yeah, like we see as Aula comes in, this like slow change spreading down the flower that spread out of the tap as it like. It turns into some kind of like beautiful like crystal. Yeah. And then Val blinks and like wakes up and like goes over and pulls it out, and then sees Aula and is like, "Hey, it's Aula," and goes over and like offers you this like, I think it's like a calla lily or something, but now it's made of like ruby. Just like it triumphantly, like, "I got you a present."
I think Ella like sort of again like smiles at it and is like, why does everyone keep giving me presents today? Jeez. But thank you.
Reaches out and like puts a hand on your big shoulder and is like, "Because we love you, and it is important to support the people you love and show them they are appreciated."
That is true. When did you get so wise, Val?
I listen.
I think I have a question for Val, which is when we were kids, maybe after we got out of the corporation facility, and there was a period of time where it was just like us on our own, being in the big world.
Being shady bodyguards.
Yeah, shady bodyguards. When we weren't being shady bodyguards, what was the thing that we did like for fun? Like something.
What did recreation look like?
Yeah, like I think there was something that we something about the outside world that we, in our childish nature, became just like we were just fascinated by this thing.
I feel like the obvious choice is like food.
Yeah.
The thing that we just like didn't. Good food, interesting food, enjoyable food was not a thing we had access to because we were like trained to be like we had child gladiators.
Yep.
And so I think outside world where you can eat.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, as long as you can afford it.
So I think I think Aula like sort of like nods at that, and and then she like takes out her phone, and she's like, also, I worked out how to do some new stuff with this, and she like again waves the phone, and like we've established before, she has the like equivalent of the Nokia brick, whatever that is for the cyberpunk future. You know, it's like it's a smartphone, but it's like current era smartphone, not like futuristic hollow phone or whatever.
Oh, it's totally a smartphone, but with like one of those like black and like greenish LCD displays. Everything's in like monochrome.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's like, I worked out how to do some new stuff with this thing, and I discovered that there's this thing you can do where like you pay someone to bring you food, and then they'll just bring it to wherever you are.
And the concept of Deliveroo just like blows Val's mind.
Yeah, and like the two of them are just sort of standing there, and, like, yeah, and Al was like, and I haven't eaten anything like a really long time actually, and I thought maybe we should try this, but I want you to like choose.
Oh, okay. I was hanging out with insert name of kobold boyfriend here.
Yeah.
And he told me that his friend's cousin's sister-in-law's mother's third cousin, twice removed.
From behind the kobold's like, nailed it.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, Gladys, right?
Yeah.
Like, has a pizza place. Weird pizza.
Oh, that sounds great. I love weird pizza.
Now I'm going to share with everyone is it horrifying? A thing I just discovered, which I'm just going to post a picture of it.
Is it a pizza?
It is a pizza.
Okay, well, hang on. So I think what this means is that we have like just cut straight to you and I sitting over this weird pizza.
Yeah, totally.
We order this pizza, and now we see it.
We're very excited. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna share it in the Zoom chat, and then Ash can decide if she wants to.
If I want to expose chat to the horrible pizza,
it's not horrible. It's just what's the word I would choose? Controversial.
What's wrong with that pizza? Oh, it's watermelon.
It's watermelon pizza.
That actually sounds really good.
But not in the sense where we were always like, oh yeah, like you take a slice of watermelon and build a dessert pizza on it. Like it is an actual pizza.
I've had savory watermelon before. It's really good. You're supposed to use it like unripe, and it's kind of like jackfruit. Like you can make it savory.
Yeah, I would eat this. I've had like grilled watermelon salad before.
Weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like cheese, and they're not using like a tomato base. So like honestly, like this probably tastes pretty good.
I reckon that's cheese. If you look at the left hand, see that the one cut slice, and then the little bit past it on the left hand side, like that bubbling pattern on the edge looks very much like cheese to me.
Oh yeah, you can see bits of parmesan on the side there, like crumbs of it.
Yep.
I
think even if it's cheese,
I would honestly, I would eat a chunk of watermelon with grilled cheese on it. Like I'm not gonna lie.
My powers are not working.
Yeah.
I really kind of wish I had like a watermelon, like where you just like strain the watermelon and you make agua fresca. That sounds really good now.
That does sound really good.
Yeah, so we got a kobold made watermelon pizza.
Yep. And we're gonna just like sit and eat it, and I don't know, talk about. I think Owla starts like reminiscing about like the time in which we ate all of the weird food when it was just like the two of us, and like we go through all of the weird things that we ate and how we felt about them, and And
then we had the milkshakes with the Vegemite, and that.
Oh, yeah.
That
was bad. That was a bad one.
Look, I think it could have
totally like some weird kongi or something like,
Yeah. I still think it could have worked. They just did it badly.
I mean, maybe you can do milkshakes with Vegemite in a way that isn't disgusting. I don't know.
Yeah, and because I can't help myself as a person, right? You would steer milkshake towards Lassie, right? Like in this, like like savory lassies. Like it'd be that space.
All right. Well, everyone's done one thing now. This sounds like it was closing the gap. It sounds like it was sharing quality time with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to roll another d6 and we can clear some more strain?
We love each other. And I think like the whole time, whenever Owler is not looking, there's like a really, really like soft, fond look in Val's eyes. And one of her hands is just like always in like the one of her like suit pockets. And I think I'm not sure like what the shot is we get of this, but there's just like the crumpled ruins of like a bullet in it. Just like disintegrated.
Yeah.
And she's just like playing with the shards, looking at Owl like, I'm so
glad you're not dead.
okay.
Yeah.
She was really scared.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our first break, and we can come back and we can do more downtime if we want to, or we can jump straight into running a mission, whatever we feel like. Back shortly, chat.